Well, what a day. Had Warsh speech today at J-Hole this morning. I thought it was a bit hawkish with traders pricing in a 50% rate hike in September now. I doubt the Fed does this before elections, but I can always be wrong. He wants to see a meaningful move down in inflation, standing firm on a 2% inflation rate. Also stated that corporate profits still doing well. So my thoughts on that is maybe he thinks they could handle a rate hike. Anyways, hope y'all had a great week. Now I want to go over a couple of trades I took this week. First up on Wednesday was TQQQ, and Thursday one in SoFi. So on Wednesday, after market close was actually NVDA earnings, which they had another blowout quarter, but we're not going to discuss this today. We also had economic reports come out. It was PCE and the GDP growth rate. PCE came in line year over year, and the GDP growth rate came in at 1.5. Now let's look at TQQ, the chart back on Wednesday. So this was Wednesday here, and I'll drill down to the 5 minute. So this is the 5 minute chart from Wednesday. And as you can see on the 5 minute chart, we had this move up early in the morning and this pullback. On this pullback is where I entered. I actually scaled in 2 lots and sold in 2 lots. So as price was getting extended here from VWAP, I entered at about 69.57 was my average. And as it moved up here, I scaled out as it moved up into VWAP. So let's take a little closer look at the 1 minute chart. So here is the 1 minute chart. As you can see, it made 2 legs down here and was watching price come into this potential support area here. And I actually entered in this candle here. If you look at the MACD, I got in a little early in anticipation of the MACD crossing the signal. So I entered at 69.57, and as it made this move up here, I sold half at 77 and then took the other half here. So I could have done better again managing my trade and used MACD as my signal to get out and left a little money at the table, but I did get a majority of this move here. So not a perfect trader, and any moves it makes, if I can just get a portion of the move, I'm good and I move on to the next. Okay, now I want to discuss the trade that I had taken in SoFi. So here's SoFi, the 1 hour chart. This is today. This is Thursday. I'm going to talk about the trade I took on Thursday. So we'll drill down to the 5 minute. On Thursday, I ended up breaking my trading rules. Usually, I don't buy the first 5 minute candle of the open, but in the way that price had dropped in this first 5 minute candle, I decided to break my rules and took this with a little smaller size in order to mitigate risk a little bit. And the way this candle formed, this sell-off was so fast. And if you look at the 1 hour chart and you see the 1 hour candle on that day right here, this long wick, it came right into the 200. That's the 200 EMA. And so as soon as it hit the 200 EMA and how it got there so quick. I I had a feeling that it was going to bounce from that level. So I did pretty well on my execution on this trade and was able to get it at right above the 200 as it was selling off. And no hesitation on this one. Did a pretty good job in that aspect. And ended up, we'll go back to the 5 minute. So as soon as I entered, I pretty much got confirmation and price started going in my favor. And on the second 5 minute candle, as it as it retraced that red candle, I ended up exiting around $19 a share. So those were my two trades. I had quite a few trades this week, and overall performance, uh, if I were to give myself a grade, would probably be maybe a B. Had some flat trades, had some base hits, and not too many big winners, but all in all, still green on the week. Well, that's all I got for y'all today. I'm looking forward to next week. Got a lot of economic reports, so another busy week in the markets. I hope everyone had a great week. And remember, stay disciplined, be objective, be patient, and stay humble. All right, y'all.